Here's a story that just broke. You see Ian Rappaport reporting. It's Josh Jacobs to the Packers.
Who's the odd man out there now? Aaron Jones or the other guy? I'm spacing on his name. A.J. Dillon, yeah. Can't have only 3 running backs.
So are they struggling to come to some sort of long-term agreement? Aaron Jones has a little bit of an injury history.
Killed my fantasy team last year. I know you care deeply. That's a good signing for the Packers.
Well, they don't do a lot of big free agent stuff. So again, offensive coach bangs the table to the GM, gets an offensive piece. Antonio Pierce, defensive coach, bangs the table to the owner, GM, he gets a defensive piece. So this is why Pete Carroll banged the table and paid for 2 safeties. Your head coach goes and bangs on the table because the coach makes more than the GM, and the coach, you know how quarterbacks are friends with owners, so are coaches. You're dealing with that kind of elevated money. The GM sometimes a bit of a tweener, not in Kansas City, but in some spaces. So A.J. Dillon's a free agent. So basically what they're saying is, we like A.J. Dillon, but we're not going to pay him. If we're going to pay a running back, Josh Jacobs is more explosive. So you have you'll have Jones and Josh Jacobs.
It's a good tandem.
It's probably as good a tandem as the league has.
Yeah.
Best running back tandem in the league. And Jordan Love. What you're saying is, if Aaron Jones gets banged up, we're not going to kind of a bigger, more plodding back. We have another home run back in Josh Jacobs. Again, this is the culture of Green Bay, run by offensive coaches. Packer fans will tell you they've been disappointed for years in their defense. They blame the coordinator, they blame the draft picks, but what this organization does well is what the Chicago Bears don't. They get offense right. So they're basically saying is, we don't want to pay A.J. Dillon. By the way, 2nd-round pick, more than serviceable, but if their guy gets hurt, if their Aaron Jones gets hurt, well, Jacobs isn't a step down.
He's much better fill-in than Dillon.
Yeah, he's more, because Jones is a home run hitter. Josh Jacobs can be a home run hitter.
So Raiders last year lose the tight end to the Giants. Now they lose Josh Jacobs to the Packers. Wonder what Devontae Adams is feeling right now. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a running back. We don't have an offense. And we're investing in defense. Fun week for Devontae Adams in Vegas?
I don't know. I'm more...
You going to be asking out? You're so optimistic.
Well, no. I mean, I look at the Green Bay Packers, and I like this move. Jordan Love's going to get a new contract, but it's not Mahomes level. So if you're going to spend money, Green Bay, unlike the Steelers, Green Bay's like, we're going to spend money on offense. David Bakhtiari, I think, by the way,
he's done.
He's done. But is he going to retire?
With the Packers, unclear. But he's done with the Packers. He was getting up there in age, but he was a rock in that organization.
Well, but how about if he goes to the Jets he's like Aaron Rodgers' best friend? What? Well, you're looking
done. Have you seen the note or no?
No.
Okay. Kirk Cousins to the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
It's official. 4-year deal. We don't have the money yet, but I'm just stunned.
Well, here's why
this is
it
a shocker.
Works. Here's why it works. Okay, he's coming off surgery, and they have an excellent O-line, so he'll get protection. Secondly, very talented but super young offense. He's an adult. He's a grown-up. Also, weakest division in football. So his impact in this division is much greater, in my opinion, than his impact in the better NFC North, where Green Bay's stacked and not going anywhere, and Detroit is stacked and not going anywhere, and you have, in my opinion, 2 good front offices. So in Minnesota, age, O-line's got a good left tackle, but you kind of look around and you think, I don't think Minnesota's heart is broken. I don't think they wanted to pay him what Atlanta, what's the number on the Atlanta?
We haven't seen the numbers yet. We're waiting for them.
Atlanta, so this is interesting. Now that division, I have Baker and Kirk Cousins, both more than capable of winning that division. So the Derek Carr, Dennis Allen combo feels like 3rd best in the division.
Well, let's not go over. I mean, I don't think Derek Carr has a playoff win. Kirk Cousins and Baker each have 2, I'm fairly certain.
I like it. I mean,
so we're saying Atlanta's tops in the division?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, relative to fit, Kirk coming off an injury would not be a good fit with a bad O-line. Atlanta's is excellent. It's maybe not quite as good as Detroit, but it's excellent.
Pro Football Focus had them graded out as 4th best in the league.
So that's big.
Right.
Secondly, you've got Drake London, Pitts, 2 viable running backs. Okay. Then you have a coach in Raheem Morris. He's a defensive coach.
Yeah.
But we know defensive coaches. Don't turn it over. Move the chains. I want an adult. I don't want you ad-libbing out of. That's what Kirk Cousins does. He doesn't ad-lib. He's going to sit in the pocket. I think it's Cousins, by the way, was with Raheem Morris in Washington for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So Raheem Morris, who's a smart, understated guy, who is friendly to offense as a defensive guy, he knows Kirk's demeanor, his temperament, his maturity. So Raheem's comfortable with that.
The OC, I believe Zach Robinson, came from the Rams. Now, he's never called plays before, but he comes from the McVay tree, which is, we love play action, and Kirk fits that perfectly.
None of McVay's offensive coaches, none have missed. They're all good. Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Damn.
Mike Garofalo.
NFL Network,
and Ian Rappaport.
Wow.
So former Penn Stater goes back to Pennsylvania. So the Giants basically.
Chargers missed out.
Well, they didn't miss out.
What?
They don't have the money.
They don't have a running back. Eckler's gone.
So with Kelsey leaving and Fletcher Cox leaving, Nick Sirianni. Okay, this goes back to what we said an hour ago. So the Eagles coach, offense or defense? Offense. Yeah. What does he do? Bang the table to Howie Roseman. We're getting rid of Fletcher Cox. Let's go spend money on offense. And weaken. I mean, the Giants are. What's their offense?
They're toast, yeah. So they lose DeAndre Swift to the Bears.
Oh,
they replace him with
Barkley's
Saquon.
a completely different player than. And I like Swift. He's not Saquon Barkley.
Who's offensive coordinator in Philly? You could dial up some.
Who is it? Kellen Moore.
Oh,
Kellen Moore. Who's had a dominant number one back in Dallas.
A lot of familiarity in the NFC East.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. Eagles turning it around, turning the Titanic around right now.
Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. I mean, he's obviously a great player. Also, you don't have to be quite as reluctant on Jalen Hurts' legs. You now have a star back. God, what are the Giants offensively?
They're 3 wins. That's what they are.
Woo! Take out Carolina. Show me. I don't even think they qualify as a BB gun. I mean, there is nothing there.
So maybe the worst team in the NFC, Giants.
I thought the Texans was going to be the fit for Saquon Barkley. For a team in division, what a facial that is. Woo-wee. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.